In an era where faith was the law, a shadow of paranoia began to stretch across the continent. It was a time when your neighbor's whisper could become your executioner's warrant, and silence was often mistaken for guilt. The machinery of the Inquisition was awakening, fueled by fear and absolute power.
Justice was stripped of its blindfold and given a mask. The accused were never told who denounced them. A simple grudge or desire for a neighbor's land was enough to draft a death sentence in the dark. Without a face to confront, there was no defense against the lie.
They came under the cover of darkness, shattering the sanctity of the home with the force of divine wrath. There were no warrants, no explanations, only the cold steel of authority dragging innocence into the night. In that moment, a life built over decades vanished into the void. Then everything stood on the edge of the abyss. Decisions made in that moment of agony changed the course of a soul forever. The tension was palpable as the demand for a confession eclipsed the search for truth, forcing victims to choose between a lie that saved the body or a truth that damned it.
The final stage was a theater of humiliation known as the auto de fe, or act of faith. Paraded before the jeering crowds in robes of shame, the condemned were stripped of their dignity before they were stripped of their lives. It was a spectacle designed not just to punish, but to terrify the living into submission.
The destruction did not end with the verdict. It extended to the ruin of entire bloodlines. Properties were seized and fortunes confiscated to fund the very courts that condemned them, leaving families destitute and branded for generations. The Inquisition did not just take lives, it erased futures.
Although the storm has passed, its effects are still felt today, in the scars left on Western history. The legacy of this era continues to shape our understanding of justice and the dangers of unchecked power. This is a story that never fades, reminding us that truth requires proof, not just belief.